Hello and welcome to What's Up London. I'm your guest host, Kelly Peckham, and I'm excited to bring the first couple of episodes of 2026 to you. Now, today's show is filled with mindfulness, award-winning filmmaking, inspiring youth achievement, and the magic of live theater, all coming together to show the heart of our community. It's a great lineup. So we're starting with an organization today helping people slow down, reconnect, and lead with intention. Dr. Arlene McDougall, CEO and founder of the Global Minds Collective, joins me to talk about mindfulness-based programs and mindful leadership training that supports the well-being of workplaces, communities, and beyond. Very, very important work. So welcome to the show, Arlene.
Thank you for having me.
So you are a charitable organization, a registered charity.
That's right.
Now tell me why you created the Global Minds Collective and kind of what it's all about.
Well, my background is I'm a psychiatrist, so I'm focused on working with people living with various mental health issues. And I know that people are seeking support and not necessarily, wanting to take the clinical route, for example, but needing to build skills to support their own mental well-being, prevent burnout in the workplace, ensure that they're, doing their social and work activities to the best of their abilities. And a lot of organizations are struggling to support their employees, their staff, their volunteers. And so for me as a psychiatrist, I really started to get interested in mindfulness because it looked like it was working for people with depression, with anxiety and other mental health conditions, and just with general stress. And so as I delved more into that and got myself trained and did research on it, I really felt it was important to develop, the curriculum and the training programs for others. And that's where the Global Minds came out of, is, how can we create change, not just for ourselves, but also for our families, our communities, and the broader system that we live in.
So tell me about mindfulness. Tell me what that means and how you're applying it to the organizations and individuals that you're working with.
So mindfulness, there's lots of different definitions, but the one I like to use, and it comes from John Kabat-Zinn, who's considered one of the grandfathers of the mindfulness-based movement here in the Western world, is it's being in the present moment, being really aware of what is happening both internally in you, your thoughts, your feelings, your bodily sensations, but also what's happening outside of you, and not judging it. Not judging if it's good or bad or right or wrong, just observing.
So being kind to yourself and allowing yourself to have those thoughts and emotions?
And just noticing them. Not necessarily having to quickly react to them, or engage in a pattern that maybe you've done in the past, but just actually noticing and then determining, how do I want to respond to this emotion or to this anxious thought or to what this person is saying from a place of intention. And your intention could be kindness. It could be compassion. It could be peace. And then ensuring that response is considered kind or considered peaceful.
So that's really important for us as individuals, but talk to me about why this is so important for leaders or organizations.
So we know, and COVID definitely showed it to us, how many of us are really struggling in our society with common mental health conditions like anxiety, like depression, trauma, substance use issues. And many of us haven't fully recovered from that either. And so when we're working in a society that we're just so overstimulated, there's just so much pressure on us, it's very busy. And in particular areas, whether it's first responders or teachers or healthcare workers where they're under even more stress, we know that people are burning out. People are leaving these fields, people are taking leaves. And so individuals and their leadership, have a very important interest in doing something different. And we can't just leave it to the individual. We can't just say, you need to do more of this. No, we need to see what culture are we creating for people to learn in, to work in, to be social in. And bringing mindfulness to that space, to that culture is very important.
And now more than ever, it's a very, very stress-inducing time since COVID, but even now with all the changes in our world, right?
Yes, absolutely. And so if we can bring our mindfulness training to organizations like the police who we're working with across the province and have them train their facilitators so they can continue to spread it internally in their organization, what we're seeing is people feel more present, more centered, less likely to report burnout, feelings of resilience, being able to communicate better to their colleagues or to the people that they're serving or working with, despite being in high stressful situations.
If you have, and this is a very hard question, but if you have one thing that you want people to think about today or take away today to get them started on that journey, Arlene, what would that be?
Any of us can access mindfulness. It's something that is within us. We don't need to do a special, ritual or have a special technology to do it. It's about taking time to be present and just notice, to slow down without judging things. And we are all capable of doing that. And once we start to have that practice, it goes deeper in terms of what it means.
Now, where can people find out more about this?
So we have all the information on our website, www.globalmindscollective.com. You can learn more about our programs, including our training to become a certified facilitator in our program. We also have events where people can join us online to learn more about it and meet each other. And we're launching our first Mindful Leadership training program in February, again online. So all that info is there, and you can even take a listen to some of our guided mindfulness meditations for free.
Oh, wonderful.
Yeah.
Okay, thank you very much for being here.
Thank you for having me.
Okay, we'll be right back.
This program is brought to you by Rogers Xfinity, connecting you to more of what you love. Visit Rogers.com for more details.
Carbon monoxide is a deadly gas you can't see, smell, or taste.
Homes with fuel-burning appliances and/or attached garages must have working CO alarms installed outside all sleeping areas.
Don't let the silent killer get you. Install working CO alarms today.
Check it out. Now, more Ontarians qualify for the Ontario Electricity Support Program. That's right. You could get a monthly credit on your electricity bill. Apply at oesp.ca.
In The Paint Box, host Jane Roy puts a spotlight on various aspects of the vibrant visual art community in the City of London. The Paint Box, Mondays at 5:30 p.m.
Hi everyone, my name's Emily Febri. I'm also known as Ranger M. I'm an environmental communicator and educator, and I get to talk to a lot of different people about all things nature and conservation. I love to knowledge share, and that's what I want to do with you. So come on, let's go learn with Ranger M.
Join the high-energy, bodyweight-based workouts of the Thunder Twins. Gerald and Harold will get all shapes and sizes up and moving. Catch the Thunder, Mondays at noon.
Next, we're celebrating an extraordinary young athlete whose dedication is already making waves on the national stage. Charlotte Lyras and her mom, Shannon Christie, are about to talk about Charlotte's incredible 2025 season in competitive dressage, including her rise to #1 in Canada for FEI Junior Freestyle. They're also going to share their new memoir, Riding for Gold. Welcome to both of you. Okay, so you've lived this, both of you have lived this, but tell me about what dressage actually is in case people don't know.
So dressage is a sport between a horse and a rider where it's looking like they're dancing, and the ultimate goal is really to make it look like you're not actually doing anything on the horse.
So tell me why you love this.
I've always loved it, and for me, it's the connection that you make between a horse and a rider, because I feel like when you really get to know a horse, it's like your own language with the horse that only you two understand, and it's so amazing.
So how did the family, because it is a family thing, although she's the star on the horse, yes. How did the family get involved in this, and how did Charlotte start?
Well, I started riding when I was about 9, and I loved the sport so much that I had always said if I had a daughter, I was going to introduce her to horses, and hopefully it would stick. And I mean, did it ever? She started riding. It's called the lead line class, Arabians, and she's just led around the ring. And from there, it just literally exploded. And then once she discovered dressage, that's where everything took off for her.
How old were you when you got on that horse?
I was 3.
Wow.
Yeah.
So it's just been a part of you ever since you've been a tiny kid.
Yes.
So how long does it take for you to bond with the horse and develop that relationship to be able to do what you do?
It's a long process. Like, I've always been like leasing horses, so I've only had them for like a year, and you really don't get to know them in that amount of time. And now I finally have a horse that's mine that I can actually learn who they are and grow with them.
So tell me about your horse.
So her name is Villa, and she is an Oldenburg by Valencio. And she's only 3, so I'm so excited to bring her up the levels, hopefully.
Horses, I don't think people realize kind of the lifespan of a horse. She's going to be with you for a very long time, isn't she?
Yeah, they can live till 30 if you're lucky, yeah.
Wow, isn't that fantastic?
It's amazing, yeah.
So now, why do you think that this has been a breakout year for Charlotte? Tell me kind of what's changed and how you've jumped those levels here.
Well, she started off showing what would be called like grassroots riding. So your local club shows bronze training levels. So dressage is various levels and you work your way up. So a bronze training level is a fairly low level, and we recognized that she had a talent, but she didn't have the horse. So we sought out a horse that they're called a schoolmaster. So they're horses that are completely trained, they know everything. So a rider like Charlotte can get on and she can really learn the ropes with these horses. You still need to ask the aids correctly for the horse to do the movements, but we were lucky enough to find a lease for last year. And from there, Charlotte had set her goal that she wanted to show the FEI Junior level, which is a national level. And she just worked with her coach, and she just had an incredible year. So she jumped about 3 levels, which is crazy.
It's untoward.
Yes, yes. And then just found great success this past year. So
now tell me about the book. To be writing a book about your journey at this age is incredible. Riding for Gold, what are you hoping to share in this book that you think will make a difference to other people?
Well, for me, it's because I think a lot of the time we all see like the pretty stuff, and like you never really see what's actually happening behind the scenes and the struggles. And I think in the book we talk about everything. We talk about everything that's happened, all the good stuff, all the bad stuff. And I think it's going to be really great for people to actually see what's really happening.
And be inspired,
yeah.
Right? Yeah. Now, speaking about being inspiring, you're inspiring. Do you have big goals set for yourself?
I do. Obviously the Olympics, which is a big reach, but just to represent my country internationally, whether it's competing in the US or going to a world championship, anything. I just want to represent my country.
And you're going to do it with Villa?
Hopefully.
Oh, that's wonderful. Well, congratulations on an amazing year, and wishing you all the best for a really exciting year ahead. And Riding for Gold, we'll show a picture of that if somebody wants to learn a little more about the sport, or even just learn about what's behind what they're seeing on TV or in the arena, then they can. That's wonderful. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
We'll be right back.
This program is brought to you by Rogers Xfinity, connecting you to more of what you love. Visit Rogers.com for more details.
Check it out. Now, more Ontarians qualify for the Ontario Electricity Support Program. That's right. You could get a monthly credit on your electricity bill. Apply at oesp.ca.
Hi, I'm Melissa Maloney. I am the host of What's Up London, where we talk to amazing people in the London community who are doing so many incredible things. Watch What's Up London only on Rogers TV.
the regulars, the guys who keep this place in business. Last week, they had something to celebrate. Jason had just finished university. So they toasted his profs, his TAs, his old roommates. Well, they toasted just about everyone. But I worry about and take care of my guys. So even when I know they're not driving, sometimes that means bringing them a little surprise. And then they had a drink to me.
Brought to you by Smart Serve Ontario and Arrive Alive, Drive Sober.
Is Renee Wolfesberger, who plays the show's host, and Lucas Anderson, the writing consultant for this original cabaret-style experience. This show blends vintage television magic with modern storytelling and diverse voices. Welcome to the show.
Thank you
for having us. Yeah.
Okay, so tell me a little bit about what the show is about and what people can expect.
Absolutely. So this is, as you said, an original show, and one of the really great things about it is it takes that vintage variety show that we may have fond memories of or have seen on TV at some point in time, kind of coming from those kind of 50s and 60s era, and we bring it into the modern age. Now, one of the things that's really wonderful about this show is it takes one of the key premises about it is it takes what would have been a vintage variety show or variety show of the time, bringing it into the context of 2026. And so opportunities that maybe wouldn't have been afforded to individuals of different social locations or demographics are represented within the show. So we have a real diverse cast from different ages to folks in roles who wouldn't necessarily have the same opportunity because of their gender identity at that time to be able to now perform in those particular roles. So it is a really exciting a variety show. It takes you both on stage into the show itself and then shows you what it would be like to be in that studio audience at the same time.
Oh, that's
so
fun.
It has this kind of different perspective.
Very immersive.
Very immersive experience for folks as well too. And again, just really takes that sort of musical theater to another level that we haven't seen before.
Excellent. Now, Renee, tell me about your character in the show.
Yeah, so I play the role called the host of the show, and so I am the one sort of guiding the characters, guiding the behind the scenes, bringing each new act onto the stage, and kind of like what Lucas was saying, that is a role that sort of in that golden age would not have typically been done by a female, and so it was very exciting. I wasn't even sure, like auditioning, if is this?
I guess you don't even think about that,
right?
Because it's very male-dominated.
Exactly. Yeah, and so even stepping into it and going, wow, like all of the reference points I have from that era are men, and how can I turn this into something that I as a female am going to put on in this moment and perform.
And so the other characters, are there different kinds of specialties like singing, dancing? What are they performing?
There's a good mix. We have a little magic moments. We have some singing, there's dancing. Certain roles play almost those behind the scenes characters. So we have sort of like our stage managers, our active characters in the show while also sort of doing those stage manager duties. We have like the producer who is also sort of behind the scenes but is a very active part of moving the storyline along and sort of connecting all of the different characters.
And I am sure comedy and chaos ensues.
It sure does, yeah. And some surprises as well too that that folks will be able to see if they come and see the show as well too, that happen, that really, again, bring that immersive experience that you're talking about as well too to life.
Now, talk to me a little bit about the audience participation that is involved in being kind of someone who comes to see this show.
Well, I don't think that for audience members out there, for community members out there that are looking to come to see the show and are thinking, do I have to deeply participate in order to be able to come? I want to say to that individual, you do not need to be worried in the least. But I will say that as an audience member coming to that show, you can be prepared to be feel like you are a part of a live studio audience recording of a show happening. So you think about all of your times for applause or different opportunities for you to be able to engage in different ways with the different acts. You as an audience member have an opportunity to participate, and the actors in different ways engage with those audience members as well too, in a very targeted and sort of selected sort of way for certain audience members in that space.
So is this the first time people will be able to see this production?
Very first time.
Yeah.
Well, that is exciting. It sounds like a lot of fun. Congratulations on this. A truly unique experience to be happening here in London. And we'll have more information on our website. You can find out how you can get tickets. And thank you for being here.
Thank you so much for having us.
Okay, we'll be right back.
Public transit, garbage pickup, parks and recreation programs, snow removal on your street. How can you stay informed about these and other important local services? Tune to City Council coverage on Rogers TV. See your community leaders at work on Rogers TV City Council coverage.
My mother said we had to leave home. The communists were going to take my father away. If my parents were afraid, they didn't show us. But we would never forget our escape from Vietnam. We were lost.
What was your job in Vietnam?
University professor.
We had no home.
Do you have any family in Canada?
No, sir.
Nobody wanted us.
Welcome to Canada.
Canada chose us.
Canadians open their borders, their homes, and their hearts to more than 100,000 refugees fleeing persecution after the Vietnam War.
We were home.
You're watching an interesting local show on Rogers TV and you want to know more. That's when you head to rogerstv.com. Our website provides more information about our programs, our hosts, our schedule, and about how you too can get involved with Rogers TV. Visit us online at rogerstv.com.
And finally today, our next guests are producers who recently won Best Music Video at the Canadian International Film Festival. Brad Spencer is a director of photography, a Prophet Fanshawe, and is a talented producer. Cynthia Aguiar can produce, direct, and she was also the choreographer and one of the dancers in the video. Congratulations to you both.
Thank you.
Thank you.
So, Brad, tell me who the artist is that you were doing this video for and a little bit about her.
Yeah, for sure. So her name is Monica Talak. She's local to London. She, I think, flares in some pop, some Latin kind of vibes into her music, but very kind of passion in her music. And it was a joy to bring her vision and Cynthia's vision for the music video to life.
Mm-hmm. Okay, and so Cynthia, when you were approaching this creatively, kind of what did you guys decide to do with the video and how much did dance play into it?
Yeah, it was quite a big part. You know, when Monica approached me, she, the first question I asked her was, how do you want the audience to feel? And what's the story we're telling? And there's so much that we can tell with movement. And she really wanted to dance, she really wanted to incorporate that because this song makes you want to dance. And so it was a really important part of the piece. And then we got Brad on board, who was able to really bring it to life.
And that, what's interesting about music videos is you have the constraints of the music that gives you your direction, but you have that carte blanche to kind of give it a vision. Kind of, Brad, how do you approach it when you decide you're going to give a visual feel and tell a story with a music video?
I love that question. Yeah, to me, a lot of it is feeling. I like listen to the song many times, and try to feel what it's making me feel when I listen to it, also kind of mixed with what the artist is wanting and thinking for the concept, the message. I think a lot of the time is really important is what is the message behind the song, and what they're thinking creatively and visually for it, and use that as a launching point to mix in how I feel listening to the song, and kind of take off and kind of go from there. I think he also hit the nail on the coffin is music videos are so open. There's there's no boundary, whereas like a traditional film, you have a storyline. Typically, it's a narrative. You kind of have to, cut to action and go with continuity. Where music videos are a little bit more laissez-faire, a little more open, and I think that's why I'm really, really drawn to them. I also love music, but I'm not a musician, so it's a nice way to marry film and music together in music videos and have fun and just be creative.
How long did it take you to kind of come up with the choreography and then for you guys to collaborate to pull all this together and actually shoot this video?
Yeah, that's a great question. I'm trying to think back. When Monica approached me, I think we did, even just 5 hours of us sitting together. We spent about 2 hours, and I was like, let's just put all of your ideas onto paper. I want to know, how do you want them to feel? How do you want to feel? Like, what are you picturing? And she got to be really in her creativity while I was kind of writing everything down. And then I worked with the artist for about an hour or two to see how she moves. Because when I'm working with my artists, I don't want to create choreography and then have them jump in. I want to create the choreography around them and their movement style, because everybody has their own unique movement qualities, and we want it to match theirs specifically. And then after that, it maybe took me a couple of hours to create the choreography. I worked with the artist first, made sure she loved it, refined as needed, and then I brought in the dancers to learn the choreography, and they learn it in like an hour or two. They're incredible,
holy
maximum,
smokes.
and
that's fantastic.
Yeah, it was so much fun, and then I think the whole project was a couple of months, really.
Yeah.
And congratulations on the win. How do you feel about being #1 at such a big film festival?
Yeah, pretty wild.
Yeah.
Definitely didn't expect it. Just honored to have work selected and be shown at a festival and get more eyes on it. But I think it just kind of goes to show, when you bring a talented and dedicated group of people together, anything is possible. And it was just a lot of fun to create. Like, Cynthia and Monica kind of had the vision for it, and they kind of brought it to me. And I kind of took off the ground running, hired a team to help us kind of create it. We took 2 shoot days to create it. And it's a kind of a mix of a narrative as well as performance, because there's a lot of dance in it. But there was a little bit of a narrative and storyline that we wanted to tell from their original vision, that we kind of put together with the locations we were shooting, the feel, the vibe, the tone of it. And I think it really came together and turned out nice. So very excited and honored to get the win. Yeah.
Well, and we are going to see the video. It's going to take us out of the show. And what you have to watch for is see those London locations, see which streets we're coming down, restaurants you might see familiar, and really a big win for the community as well, the whole film community, to see the attention and the awards coming in for something that's local here. So congratulations to you both.
Thank you.
And that's all for me today. And thank you very much for being with us. It's been really exciting to have so many fabulous community partners on board. And we're going to play out with the video. Stay kind and be safe, and we'll see you next time.
Connect with us by visiting our website or email us at comments@rogerstv.com.
On the next Fanatics.
Everybody knows not to drink and drive, but some people still think it's okay to take drugs and drive. Police have the authority, the ability, and the tools